15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And lift up of Starlink. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
Nominal first stage chamber pressures.
Falcon 9 is pitching downrange.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from pad 39A.
Nominal avionics, power and telemetry.
And we are throttling down those engines in preparation for max Q, that is maximum dynamic pressure.
Falcon is now supersonic.
A great call out that Falcon is now supersonic. That means that it is traveling faster than the speed of sound.
Max Q.
And we've also passed through max Q. We're just about a minute away from a few events happening back to back. That
Start
is
of MVAC chill.
MECO, or main engine cutoff, stage separation, and SES1, or second stage engine start 1.
Falcon trajectory nominal.
Main engine cutoff is where we shut down all 9 of the M1D engines on the first stage, and that helps slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation. Once the first and second stages separate from each other, stage 1 will make its way back to Earth for landing, and stage 2 will continue on its journey. And just a few seconds after SES1, we will have fairing deploy as well. We're just a few seconds away from those few events happening back to back.
Main engine cutoff.
Stage separation confirmed.
MVAC ignition.
And there you just saw MECO, or main engine cutoff, stage separation, SES1 on your right-hand screen with that MVAC engine now glowing bright red. On your left-hand screen is a view of the first stage as it makes its way back down to Earth. And we also did see confirmation of the deploy of the fairing halves. Now this mission marks not only the third flight for the first stage booster, but also the third flight for each of the fairing halves that you saw separate from the second stage.
Both stages are on nominal trajectories.
So far, everything is looking good for both vehicles on nominal trajectories. We are just a couple of minutes away from
Acquisition of signal, Bermuda.
Just a couple minutes away from the entry burn on the first stage. That is the next step for first stage as it makes its way back down to our landing zone. Today is a shortfall of gravitas. The entry burn is where 3 of the 9 M1D engines reignite and helps to slow the vehicle down as it enters back into the Earth's atmosphere. And what you're seeing on your screen is a view of the MVAC engine on the second stage. Still looking good on nominal trajectory. Today we are sending 52 Starlink satellites to LEO, or low Earth orbit. And as a reminder, this is our 55th overall Starlink mission and 21st Starlink mission just this year. Just about a minute away from the entry burn beginning on the first stage. Something pretty cool to note is that after the entry burn, the atmosphere scrubs most of the velocity on the first stage, so it really only needs the entry burn, and just a few seconds before landing, a single engine burn, which is the landing burn. That's that center E9 engine. That's powerful enough to slow the stage down in order to touch down on its landing zone. Again, today is a shortfall of gravitas.
Stage 1 entry burn startup. Stage 1 FTS is safe.
And we did hear that call out for entry burn beginning on the first stage. There you could see it live on your left-hand screen. Again, this is 3 of the 9 M1D engines reigniting. Should last about 20 seconds.
Stage 1 entry burn shut down.
And that concludes the entry burn for the first stage.
Stage 1 trajectory nominal.
Everything's still looking good for the trajectory of the first stage, as you heard that call out. Now we're just about 45 seconds or so away from the landing burn on the first stage.
Stage 2 FTS is safe.
Now with the landing burn coming up, we will also have SECO, or second engine cutoff 1, on the second stage around the
Stage 1 transonic.
around the same time as landing of stage 1, so you may hear those call outs happening at the same time.
Stage 2 terminal guidance. Stage 1 landing burn.
And we heard that call out for stage 1 landing burn. There you could see on your left-hand screen. On your right-hand screen is a shortfall of gravitas. Let's watch as Falcon 9 attempts to land on our drone ship today.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And great news, you could see stage 1 has
engine
touched
cut
down. This marks the 135th landing of our orbital class rocket.
Nominal deploy orbit.
Also heard that SECO 1 and a nominal deployment, orbital deployment.
Acquisition of signal, Newfoundland. Expected loss of signal, Cape.
So as you heard, we did have a good second engine cutoff. So stage 2 is now carrying 52 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit.